Hi, my name is Michaela Reedy, and today I'm going to provide you with an overview of the business continuity plan that I created for Midstate Equipment. Before we get started, I did want to provide you with a description of the work that Midstate Equipment performs. So they are a small business heavy equipment construction company. They perform a variety of work such as road construction, equipment maintenance, joint venture projects, and they rent equipment as well. The equipment that they rent includes scrapers, loaders, excavators, and much more. I have worked there for 7 years and am very close with my supervisor, who is able to provide me with a lot of the information to complete this business continuity plan, and she also guided me through the scenario if something were to happen to the facility and how they would make decisions to recover from it. So let's get started. The business continuity plan for Midstate Equipment is broken into 4 sections. An introduction, which provides general statements about the organization of the plan. It helps to establish responsibilities, the testing, training, and the maintenance activities that would be necessary to guarantee the ongoing viability of the plan. Section 2 provides the strategy for the business continuity plan. It defines the strategy that Midstate Equipment would implement to maintain business continuity in the event of a facility disruption. Section 3 provides recovery team procedures, the basic recovery team functions, and individuals were assigned specific responsibilities and procedures on how each of the team members will be notified within the event of a disruption. And Section 4 provides the appendices, which includes the resource requirements, mission critical functions, vendor lists, contact lists, and much more. The objectives of the business continuity plan is to facilitate timely recovery of core business functions, as well as protect the well-being of employees, their families, and customers, to minimize the overall loss of revenue and customers, as well as minimize loss of data, minimize the critical decisions to be made in a time of a crisis, as well as maintain public image and reputation. I did want to share with you guys the executive summary. So the overall mission of Midstate Equipment is to deliver a quality product to the customer satisfaction every time, on time, and within budget. In order to meet the needs of the organization's mission, the following business continuity plan has been designed to provide guidance during the event of an emergency, ensuring that all critical processes remain operational. Critical functions, vital records, and processes have been determined, including the resources needed to fulfill those processes over a certain period of time. With guidance from the business continuity plan, the organization's management will implement training programs to ensure that accuracy and continuity is conveyed from the use of the plan. The following plan will ensure the organization is able to proceed forward with critical functions and processes in the event that an interruption has occurred, ensuring that all individuals remain safe and unharmed. Section 2 of the business continuity strategy provides and describes the strategy devised to maintain the business continuity in the event of a facility's disruption. The priorities are to ensure the safety of all personnel, recover business processes at the alternate location, which is possible through an established alternate cold site location. The relocation strategy and alternate business site included recovery plan phases, disaster occurrence, plan activation, alternate site operations, vital records backup, restoration of hard copy files, forms, and supplies, as well as online access to Midstate Equipment's computer systems, which would be Dropbox, which is accessible from their laptops. The recovery team procedures, this was difficult since Midstate Equipment is an informal construction company. A lot of the employees don't have titles per se, but president of Midstate Equipment is John Brand. He is the overall coordinator of daily operations at Midstate Equipment. He is also the founder. and he is the coordinator of the Midstate Recovery Team. He would be the guy to establish a disaster and what needs to take place. His wife, Roxana Bram, is the executive vice president, and then the purchasing director, Brett Winslick, would also fall in line to have responsibility with the recovery of business processes. The order of succession is as follows. The president, John Bram, would make overall decisions in the event of a disaster. The executive vice president, Roxana Bram, the vice president of operations, Alicia Bram Perkins, and purchasing director, Brett Winslick. The following as goes. As I said earlier, it is an informal construction company, and this was difficult to fill out and to assign responsibility for each person within the organization. Critical business functions of Midstate Equipment include fulfilling contract obligations, move equipment to job site location, operate equipment. In order to fulfill contract obligations, equipment must be operating, equipment maintenance, order parts, equipment work orders, and payroll. Recovery time objectives and recovery point objectives. So to fulfill contract agreements, the recovery time objective would be 24 hours and the recovery point objective would be 12 hours. This can be performed manually, and this is seasonal. A lot of our work takes place in the summertime because that's construction season. Move equipment to job site. This takes about 24 hours to 12 hours. Equipment operations, 24 hours to 12 hours as well. Equipment maintenance, 48 hours to 24 hours. We like to give the mechanics a little bit more time on working on equipment, and there's always other tasks that can take place at a job. Part orders, we generally have a shop stock with parts available at the stock, so we give this a little bit more time as well, but 48 hours to 12 hours as well. And equipment work orders, this is deferrable because this is just keeping record of what is being performed to the equipment. This can even be pushed back to 6 months. Payroll, also a little bit more leniency. Payroll is completed weekly with construction season and construction equipment company as is, and so this can also be performed manually, though it's not preferred. Resource requirements include staff, building, equipment, mechanics, tools. This is a big one. There's about 8 mechanics toolboxes with a ton of tools in the shop. Workstations such as desktops and PCs. QuickBooks and Dropbox, data, internet access, networked PCs, laptops, phones, work vehicles, loop trucks, fuel trucks, and boom trucks. The vital records include contract agreements, financial records, employee information, and insurance documentation. The mission critical systems are Dropbox, QuickBooks, Google Docs, Google Sheets, and user IDs and passwords. Fortunately, all our vital records are backed up onto Dropbox, which is accessible from an alternate location. The alternate location for Midstate Equipment is established and is a cold site which is available in the event of a facility's disruption. Alternatively, personnel also have the option of working from home. As of now, we do have personnel that do work from home part-time, so Dropbox makes that possible. A yearly audit of the plan will take place on May 1st, every year, May 1st. That is the beginning of the construction season, and that seemed like a good time to overview the plan. A discussion-based approach will be used to do a review and training of the plan. For our safety meetings, we use a discussion-based approach, so Midstate equipment is familiar with the discussion-based approach, as well as tabletop exercises would be effective as well. All trainings, and that is the end of my presentation, and thank you.